Alrighty y'all, this is World Class Jerk, and as you can see, we are here on Glacio because, as in my last video, we are going to be discussing how to get infinite bytes. Now I know, that was my last episode, so why am I doing it again? Well, that's because I realized that I am an idiot. But what exactly do I mean by that? Well, I mean in my last video, I actually had auto arms taking these things right here all the way up to the surface to research chambers. But then I realized a very, very big brain idea. What if instead of taking the research samples to the research chambers, we brought the research chambers to the research samples? This spares you auto arms, which spares you the need to produce power, and the reason we could do this way at all is because I was thinking in terms of making a base in the last episode, okay? I was thinking we need a base for these bytes, but then I realized you never have to return to the place again once you set it up because it's completely automatic, which means there is no need to make a proper base for it. And so, we could set up a system just like this right here. Make sure, by the way, that you turn these on because there is no proper repeat thing like there is with some of them. Sometimes you will see a button with arrows going in a circle, and that means that you are setting the thing to automatically go all the time. But with the research chamber, you simply have to turn it on while it's empty, and that will keep it on automatic. So make sure that you turn both of these on like that, and then it'll be automatic. But that means we could set up a system like this right here that's attached to these here, and once we turn the auto arms on, they will place in the research chambers, and we will get triple what is the usual bytes out of this thing, even though it takes way longer, but it's automatic, and we get triple the bytes, which means if we leave, these things eventually will respawn, the auto arms will pick them up, put them in the research chamber, and then it'll keep on doing that forever. Now, a sort of theme you may want to try to keep is to actually have one research chamber for each of these research samples. So with the other one pillar had 2 different research samples on it, so I put a research chamber for each of the samples. Not for each of the pillars, for each of the samples. So right here I would want 2 research chambers, because there's a sample here and a sample here, and possibly if I did it just right, we could connect them all up and count this as like a third one, I guess, but you know what I'm saying. Each of these respawns probably at what's closest to the rate of having 1 for each research chamber, so keep that in mind. Alright, now then, I've just actually set up this second system here, and so now, just like that, and this is not a whole lot of building to do, really. I mean, it's just cheap in the late game. No, I mean, I don't guess RTGs are ever really cheap. I guess they could be. I mean, I don't think I'd have a hard time getting RTGs out in the late game. In fact, I've already proven that I don't in another video, but that's not the point. The point is that this is not very hard to set up in the late game, and this is probably when you want to do this anyways, is in the late game. And as you can see, I just set up 2, and I've got 155 bytes per minute, and I'm not 100% yet, but potentially this could be forever. Like, these might actually respawn fast enough for these to regain the bytes before, like, I'm saying the research chambers probably aren't faster than these respawn, which means right now it is actually possible. This setup right here will always be researching all the time, each of these at 39 bytes per minute, which obviously means each time you add another system, that's 39 bytes per minute that you will never ever lose, which, that's overpowered. But let's say, for example, that this actually is not perpetual, okay? Let's say that these research samples will not respawn fast enough to completely and totally always run these 2. Well, then what I could do instead is have 1 here, and then the 2 that respawn here will absolutely be enough, and that doesn't cost me anymore, because instead of doing 2 right here, I could just do 1 here, go to a different one that has 2, and then do 1 there instead. So it's not more expensive to make this last better, you just gotta spread them out differently. And for those of you who are thinking, well, I don't want to go AFK near these things for very long, and what if they're spread out so far that I can't go AFK near all of them at once? Well, you don't have to, because as you can see, I'm no longer on Glacio, and they're still loaded in. I don't really know, like, technically how this works, but yeah, apparently they're still loaded in even though I'm not on Glacio, which is insane. So yes, you can set them up and then leave forever. Also, the stuff's just now loading in because my PC, you know, I'm just going to roll straight into the outro here because there's not much left to say. You can see the effectiveness. I've shown how it works, so if that's all you care about, have a nice day. But yes, here lately, I noticed in my last video, I don't know how long this has been happening, but my PC has been having a hard time screen recording Astroneer for some reason. There may be a solution for it, or maybe my PC is just on the later half of its lifespan. Maybe it is just having a harder time in its old age. But at any rate, this scarily enough means that I might actually have to stop screen recording Astroneer as much, which means I have to start uploading something else instead. Maybe not all the time, but definitely some of the time if it does not get fixed. But as I said before, I will try to find a solution. Perhaps it is not my PC getting slower, perhaps it's something stupid that has happened along the way that I can solve. That being said, anything I'm able to screen record that's not Astroneer is pretty much on the table now. If you have any suggestions, even if it isn't entirely If you have any suggestions, even if it is entirely unrelated to Astroneer, or potentially even entirely unrelated to gaming, I'll just go for anything at this point, honestly. I mean, I don't really care, because no matter what I do, I'm going to do it with that world-class jerk energy. I'm going to do it with that grand style you can only expect from this channel, the means of which is just inconceivably great. And that's not to brag, of course, it's just the facts. But anyways, if you have any suggestions, definitely feel free to leave them down in the comments below. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, join my Discord, link in the description,